everybody. It's Jennifer Probst. I'm New York Times bestselling author of contemporary romance fiction, and I'm coming to you today live to do Amazon Home, and we're going to have some fun today. I'm going to read some excerpts from my new release, Love on Beach Avenue. I'm going to give you a secret tour of my office, which is my sacred space. I call it kind of like my Batcave for writers. And I'm going to take some reader questions. So I'm really excited to spend some time with you. I know things have been rough lately for everyone. And if you're like me, books give you hope. Books give you a little bit of entertainment and escape. And I think we all need to feel that now. We all need a little shot of happiness, and reading always does that. So hopefully we can do that today for you. I'm really excited that readers have written in to ask me a bunch of questions. So I'm going to give you some answers. The first question is, what inspired your latest Sunshine Sisters series? So that one is easy. When I decided to take on the series, the first thing I thought of was, where do I want to spend my time for the next year? Because when a writer is writing 3 books, you pretty much are living in your setting and with your characters. And right away, I thought to myself, I want to be on the beach of Cape May, one of my favorite places in the world. And I don't have a sister, but my best friends are my sisters. And I have always dreamed of having like a tight knit group of sisters who ran a business together. What could be more romantic on a beach than a wedding agency? So it all just came together, and it was something that was really exciting for me to do. I loved the Stay series. Will any of the bishops come up again in other novels, or would you ever want to write about them again? This is a great question because I usually get really connected with my characters, but there's some that I know that I need to leave behind, and there's others that are just always itching for me to write more of. So I can say that perhaps you haven't seen the last of the bishops. There's something about their family and their farm and the animals on the farm that could create more stories, especially some secondary characters in town. So I'm going to say I'm not shutting the door on that possibility, and my muse will tell me what the right story is and when is the right time to write it. And then, of course, I will let everybody know. Do you have advice for aspiring writers? So I would say to aspiring writers, first, don't ever give up on yourself. You are a writer because you write. You are a writer because you take the time to sit down and try to make sense of the world through your words. And that is really important. I think everybody needs our stories, especially now. So take a deep breath and try to be brave and put yourself out there, because there is nothing I regret more than the things I didn't take a chance on. Everything else, there is really no failures. There is only a long path of learning until you have the next challenge. So just be brave and write the words. The world needs your stories. Okay, so we are now going into my Batcave, my amazing sacred space where I spend most of my time. First up, this is my inspiration wall. I've got like a whole bunch of stuff that just makes me really happy and reminds me that I'm creative and I can actually do this and write books. This is my desk right here. And as you can see, these are my bookshelves. I've got a lot of foreign translations that I really enjoy. I'm very big with quotes and different types of inspiration to kind of like, kind of get me going. And then, of course, you have to have some, as you would call it, maybe ego walls to remind yourself that you're actually good at what you do. I cannot tell a lie. I work in a mess. Oh, do I work in a mess? So there is this crazy amount of stuff on my desk. You make your space yours. So this is mine, and it makes me happy to come in here. So I'd love to read a small excerpt for you today. Love on Beach Avenue takes place in Cape May, but this is with the oldest sister, Avery. And this story is set up as an enemies to lovers romance, which is a lot of fun. There's a lot of banter and humor in it. So here we go. She headed down the sidewalk toward Congress Hall, where she was supposed to meet Allie and Carter. The sprawling, elegant, sunny yellow hotel had been transformed years ago from a horror house and was now one of the top-rated venues for weddings and receptions in Cape May. As she approached the sign, she squinted in the light, trying to focus. Was that Carter? He was dressed in his usual suit. At least today he was sporting cream linen pants, a white shirt, and a casual jacket. But he was carrying something in a bag, something that moved. A dog, a very tiny dog. Avery blinked a few times, but the image still registered. He had a large square bag with a strap slung over his shoulder. The material was durable soft leather in a cognac color. A small head peeked out from the top, and Avery saw it was a Yorkie. A bright pink bow twisted a few locks of hair on top of her head, flopping back and forth as she moved. Her features were tiny, her nose a twitchy black dot surrounded by long strands of gray, black, and brown fur. Her collar was sterling silver and blinked madly in the sunlight, emphasizing a few glitzy charms that dangled. The Yorkie stared back at her, a touch of arrogance in her face as she seemed to check out her new visitor. When Avery finally managed to tear her gaze away from the dog, she noticed that Carter was looking at her with the same arrogance. Allie should be here any moment. What is that? She asked, pointing to his bag. A dog. What's the problem? Are you afraid of dogs? His voice was rich, deep, and full of arrogance and demand. The touch of sarcasm flicked at her nerves and brought her back to her college days when he'd always spoken down to her. She changed course and decided to annoy him back. Is that a man's purse? He flinched. The glee of kicking him off balance was like a sweet wave of adrenaline. No, it's an oversized briefcase with a detachable strap. She smirked. Looks like a man purse to me. And your dog? She's so delicate. That lush lower lip curled. Her name is Lucy. How sweet. I love her pink bow. It's so feminine. His gaze narrowed with a touch of danger. A sizzle shot through her at the spark in those blue-gray eyes. Why did sparring with him bring such a rush of excitement? You disappoint me, Avery. Huh? What are you talking about? Dog discrimination and profiling. I bet you go the other way when you see a pit bull too, assuming it's aggressive and dangerous. Her jaw dropped. I do not. I love dogs, all dogs. I don't discriminate. He peered over his glasses, lips tight with disapproval. You are making assumptions that as a male, I should have a big burly type of dog, but I happen to like Yorkshire Terriers. They're refined, highly skilled mouse hunters and fierce of heart. And Allie bought her the bow, which happens to be pink. Would you like to make fun of me now? Her cheeks burned. Damn him. He was always twisting her words. I'm not making fun of you, she said stiffly. I was only making an observation. Do you have a dog? No, but only because I'm too busy with work. I have no time to take care of one. I'm a huge animal lover. She decided to prove it, reaching over to pet Lucy. Hey, sweetie, how are you? She crooned. Lucy bared her tiny, sharp teeth and growled. She jerked her hand back. Small doesn't necessarily mean delicate. She's extremely picky about who she allows to touch her. After she gets to know you, you may offer her your hand, palm up, and allow her to learn your scent. Irritation flowed through her. He was such a know-it-all. You're a big dog expert too, just like with wedding planning, she practically sneered. He cocked his head and studied her. Lucy copied his exact image, so it was like staring in duplicate. No, it's quite difficult to be a dog expert. So I hope you enjoyed that, and it was a lot of fun. This book is just full of emotional romantic comedy. So I'm thrilled to finally get it out in the world to you, and I hope you enjoy it. Guys, I am so excited that you took the time to spend a little one-on-one with me, especially during this time. I hope you enjoy Love on Beach Avenue and all the books that are coming your way. Stay positive, stay hopeful, read a lot, do things that make you feel good. And I really, truly believe that we are going to come through this so much stronger. We are tough and we're going to be connected and we're going to have new ways when we finally get through out that door. But for now, thank you so much for the tour and hanging out, and love to everybody. Peace out.